Hey folks, I look like a recluse from the 70s. Listen, they're talking July before I can get a haircut here in New York City. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, folks, this video is about a travesty that took place for a customer of mine. She ordered a dishwasher from Home Depot. Got delivered. She hired me to install it. Actually, I installed the original one that I actually removed. Installed a new dishwasher, ran it, tested it, it drained beautiful. Following day, I get a phone call. It's not draining, it's not working right. Well, as with all my customers, I told her what you're going to have to do is call up Home Depot or GE tech support and see what they can do for you, because I don't fix dishwashers, I just install them. At any rate, she did this, and this started this long process, which started in March and finally ended on Friday, June 5th, where I installed the third dishwasher by a different manufacturer, thank God. But between Home Depot and GE, they kind of give this woman the runaround, in my opinion. And not only do they, or did they refund her the money for 2 defective machines, but it's my opinion they owe her my installation fees, her time off from work, and all the inconvenience. This is something that should never happen to anybody, folks. So watch the video and learn from it. And if you have this particular model in your home, or you're considering purchasing this model, do yourself a favor, move on, find another machine. This is a shame. Stay tuned. So they finally decide to give her a new dishwasher, so we make arrangements for me to come uninstall the first machine, reinstall the new machine, which I did. Right out of the box, this machine would not drain. It didn't work. And she was beside herself. I says, what you have to do is first call your credit card company, cancel the charge, call Home Depot, call GE, do whatever you have to do. Well, a couple of weeks went by, and through several emails back and forth, she told me they were going to send somebody over there to pull the machine out. I don't know what they were going to do, but they wanted her to sign a waiver of liability because of the way the water pipes were configured. They didn't want to take responsibility if there was a flood in the process of pulling the machine out. And I told her, that's ridiculous. You know, tell them to just get out of your house. And basically, that's how we left it for a couple of weeks. And what ensued after that was the fact that she was getting a new machine by a different manufacturer. And GE finally relinquished and said, we're going to just give you your money back. So this is the second machine they're going to give her money back. But still, I have to come now, uninstall the second machine and install a brand new machine by another manufacturer. And she was treated poorly. She was treated not the way a consumer should be treated. And I just hope you guys learn from this video. If something like this ever happens to you, don't stand for it. I feel sorry for Kara, but never in my lifetime did I ever have to go through this with the installation of a dishwasher. And I have to rethink whether I'm going to install dishwashers in the future. So this is the model she originally bought from Big Orange, and it was a GE profile model. And coming up in this next frame, I believe I have the model number, serial number. If you guys are looking at this machine, or if you guys already own this machine, my advice to you is to get rid of it. It's a lemon. Now, this is the second machine that's coming up that you're going to be looking at. This is the second machine that I installed for her. I already put the first one in, removed it. This is the second machine. From the day I put the second machine in, it didn't work. It did not drain. She couldn't get any satisfaction from GE. They were giving her the runaround. Couldn't get any satisfaction from Home Depot. I said, you got to stop your credit card. You got to do something. They're just mistreating you. This is the bottom of it after I pulled it out. But this is the second machine. I pulled it out, got rid of it. I'm going back the third time, folks. The third time to install a different manufacturer's machine. So here it is after I yanked it out of its spot. And what you're going to be looking at next is a shot of underneath the sink. And this is a co-op condo. This is not a single family or a 2-family home. Co-op condo. And as you can see in there are no valves. The valves are behind the kitchen cabinet. You can see that hole there that somebody cut out. All the valves are in there. It's a ridiculous situation. The service techs didn't want to touch it. They didn't want to go near it when she was trying to get service for the machine. What you're looking at here are the 2 red valves, hot and cold water. They're inside the wall. They ran these speedy valves. There to the left is a two-way speedy valve, one for the hot water for the sink, one for the dishwasher, which didn't work. Here is a better look at that valve. The handle is facing the wall. You can't see it. So I decided that let me put another valve under the sink, and I'll just cut it into the 3/8 water supply to the dishwasher, which is what I did. It's an unorthodox way of doing things, but I figured rather than have to crawl in that hole every time you had to shut the water off for the dishwasher, let me just pop one in here and secure it to the cabinet. And that's what we did. Here's another shot of under the sink. Gives you an idea what kind of room I had to work with. It was a real pain in the butt. This installation wasn't easy. And I think after this job, after the third time, I think I'm going to give up installing dishwashers. It's insane. Here's a shot of the drain hose going into the tailpiece. And I don't know if you figured out by now, but in New York, we're not required to have air gaps. We can just loop the hose up high and go directly in. We don't have to have an air gap in the countertop. And this is the base cabinet, the cabinet you were just previously looking at. This is going through. Now that hole is drilled through another cabinet. There is another cabinet next to the base cabinet. It's like a 15-inch cabinet. And the hose goes through that 15-inch cabinet and then finally loops into the space where the dishwasher has to be installed. So she gets a service tech in, and he comes, he pulls the machine out, tells her the drain hose was kinked, BS. Then he tells her there was a service upgrade to the software, reinstalls the machine, and goes on his way. 2 hours later, the machine stops working. She calls up again. They promise her a window. She takes time off from work to meet the guy. They call her up. They say the guy can't get there at the predetermined time. They're going to have to make another appointment, another wasted trip for her. This goes on, folks, so keep watching the video. This is not right. This is not the way you treat people. Anyway, here's the new KitchenAid machine that she finally decided on. And I'm going to recommend to anybody who's installing any appliance, do yourself a favor, read the instructions. They put the instructions in the box for a reason. They're not for you to throw them away because you know everything. I've been doing it for so many years. That's all BS. Anyway, here is the spot. I had to put that in. And as you can see, there was a splice box. Don't ask. I don't know how I got this machine in, but I got it in, and it was a real pain in the butt. And here is a shot of the machine after it was put in. I had it running. It was going. It ran through its cycle. It filled. It drained. Everything was working fine. And you know what, KitchenAid and everybody else out there, why don't you send the guys who design these stupid machines and have them install them? And then maybe you may change your design, because you know what? There's no room. It's ridiculous the way you guys design these things and expect us in the field to install these machines. It's crazy. Send one of your guys out and have them do it, folks. This is crazy. Anyway, all went well. Third machine, third dishwasher. Ridiculous. Anyway, Saturday morning, I got a nice email from my customer, Cara, and it went through its cycle, and she was happy. I'm happy. Now I can get back to more important things like tending to my garden. This is what I enjoy doing beside plumbing. Plumbing isn't my whole world. I like putzing around in the garden. It's getting warm out, and I love to do things like this. But more importantly, more important than the garden are the vegetables. Now, you must admit, I got some nice container tomatoes, Roma tomatoes. I got some Japanese eggplant, basil. I got some parsley, some rosemary. What more can you ask for, folks? Good food, good wine, good friends. That's what's important in life. So finally, I finish on June 5th. And kudos to KitchenAid. I ran it through its cycle. It filled, it washed, it drained. But KitchenAid and everybody else out there, do me a favor. Send your people who design these machines on paper. Send them out into the field and have them install one. And you know what's going to happen? I'm sure they'll get much easier to install. Folks, these machines, or KitchenAid, this machine was a pain in the butt to install. I got it in because I'm an old-time chooch who knows what he's doing. Now, some of these techs from GE, I warned Kara that when they come into your house and see what the plumbing configuration is, they're going to give you a song and dance. And they did. You know, if it's not right in front of their face, they don't know what to do. But anyway, you manufacturers have to really, really get a handle on how you design machines. What's practical in the laboratory doesn't always work out in the field. I'm happy that Kara's happy. I'm happy that the new machine worked. But this is something nobody should have to go through. Folks, I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of when I post a new video. But more importantly, hit that like button. YouTube loves it when you hit that like button. Keep an eye out for one of these 2 videos that are going to pop up here to your right. One of them I chose, and one of them YouTube thought you might like to see. I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. Much appreciated. I'm very, very grateful that you stopped by to watch them. I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Stay well, stay cool, and as always, happy plumbing.